Hello, this is the Blimey Cow YouTuber, and welcome back to another video. And today, we'll be watching Messy Mondays Books versus Movies. And you know the drill. I'll be breaking down, commentating on it, and then going down to the comment section and reacting to some of the comments. Just before I get into this, I'm just gonna place a wager that he doesn't actually make a value judgment on which is better and just essentially says to not care what other people think, or not to get into arguments about which are better. Which, I mean, that's absolutely a fair enough point. I don't think anybody should necessarily care if somebody likes books better than movies, or movies better than books, or a specific book better than the specific movie, or a specific movie better than a specific book. I think everyone is free to have should be free to have their own preferences, but at the same time, I think there are legitimate value judgments and arguments to be made either way. But that's all speculation anyways at this point, because frankly I don't remember much about this video, so let's just get into it.
And done! Hey guys, I just got done reading a great book in preparation for the movie that's about to be released. Don't worry, I've been practicing my lines in front of a mirror. Trust me, the book is way better. Oh, they are completely butchering this. That was not in the book. Come on, they took out my favorite part. Oh, go ahead. This happens every time a popular book gets adapted into a movie. It's like we're obligated to have this argument. Is the book better than the movie, or is the movie better than the book?
Okay, so one thing is, because of the standard length of a film being around 2 hours, a lot of movies have to be, or a lot of books have to be, well, when they adapt a book to a movie, they often have to, usually they have to take parts out. Sometimes they have to stretch it out a bit, to make it fill up that 2 hours. And then you can go into whether it's legitimate to even limit, movies to 2 hours. Personally, I understand it, but I don't fully agree with it. And or you could do like the Lord of the Rings did and have the extended edition and then the trimmed down edition for the lame people. I'm not sure what would be the ideal adjective for describing people who watch the non-extended Lord of the Rings movies. But that's a whole other topic already.
Things can get really heated for absolutely no reason. What?
There it goes. Okay. Like I said, he's going to just say that it's kind of silly to argue over, which I can absolutely agree, at least in part, with that sentiment. Though but again, like I said, there are some actual legitimate arguments to be made.
Why did they have to take out the part where Katniss tells Peeta about the goat?
Because if they had left everything in, it would have been like a 6-hour movie. Think about it. So.
Yeah. I mean, the part about the goat. The goat was very tangentially included in the movies. I think the only point at which the goat is included in the movies, I think it might be shown briefly in the beginning of the first movie, and I know when Katniss is like pep talking her family before she leaves, she tells Prim that she could sell her goat's milk just for extra food or whatever.
Which is better, the book or the movie? This is going to be a very hard pill to swallow. Are you ready for it?
They're both better in different ways. Is that the hard pill?
This is about to get real. The answer is neither. What?
Okay. Neither, both, same difference. Look, there's obviously gonna be an appeal to watching a movie as opposed to reading a book. Sometimes, like, I can get really distracted reading a book, especially if it's not particularly gripping, and just set it down for like months and then come back to it and have no idea where I was at. Whereas with the movie, you can pretty reliably just sit down for 2 hours and get through it. And you also have the visuals and stuff. It's more immersive experience. Whereas with a book, there's counter arguments to that. It's a less immersive experience, which means it works your imagination a bit more, which is a good thing in a way. So again, there's good things and bad things to both of them. I would say that, and again, I'm not going to ride the fence in the way that they are. But I will say that every time I've both read the book and watched the movie, I have always preferred the book to the corresponding movie. And I don't know, part of that is just liking wanting to like the original. Like, say the book was written first, and the movie was made later. Even if I like some of the changes they made to the movie, I'm gonna say, but this is how it really went. I'm still gonna consider the book to be the source material. And I mean, even though it's a novel, even though it's not a true story, I'm still gonna consider it to be truer than the movie, even if I like the movie's story better.
Neither! Yes, neither. Let me put it this way. Have you ever met a book person that liked the movie better? Or have you ever seen a movie person decide to pick up the book after seeing the movie and then said, "Holy cow, I've been living my entire life backwards"? I mean...
Okay, I'm not gonna label myself a book person or movie person. Frankly, and I know I just said that I always prefer the books, but that doesn't mean I don't like the movies. And in a lot of cases, in pretty much every case, I've seen the movie first, then watched, then read the book, and retroactively liked the book better. Um, and I'm not one of those guys that likes the book for the effort that you have to put in to get the story. Um, frankly, and then that said, I don't like audiobooks. Partial because okay, audiobooks are good as like a mindless like I'll play an audiobook or listen to an audiobook while I'm like playing video games or something. But then it's not as effective in that capacity as say a podcast or something, because if I kind of zone out to a audiobook, then I'll end up being like, wait, what the heck happened? I'm lost. As opposed to listening to a podcast or music where you zone out for a while, it doesn't really matter. Because the topic changes um, more often. So if you miss a bit, then it's not really gonna be like you're missing part of the story. You're just missing part of one little story in a whole podcast. If that makes any sense. But yeah, the effort it takes to read a book doesn't actually make it more worthwhile to me, at least not consciously. Um, I just generally think that books tell the story with more depth um, and there's less that you're gonna miss when you're um, reading a book than when you're watching a movie. Um, Watching a movie, I might have to watch it 3 or 4 times um, before I catch up on all of the bits I missed the first 5 times I watched it.
If you're the kind of person that reads the book before you see the movie, it only makes sense that you'll like the book better. I mean, right? Doesn't that just make sense? So why do people freak out when the movie isn't as good as the book? Books are designed so that the kind of person that invests the time to read them will enjoy them. Movies are designed so that every person in America, everyone, every stupid person will like them. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. They do make movies for different demographics. Dumb men, dumb women, dumb teenagers, dumb old people, people that like watching 3D movies. Oh wait, we just call them dumb children. Movies lay it all right out there on the table. Books, you have to use your imagination. So the argument...
Okay, and he is getting off the fence a little bit. But he's just calling movie people dumb at this point. Which I don't know that that's completely warranted. Um, as I tried to not um take sides. I tried to not, well, but I guess I am slightly more of a book person, but not for like the oh I'm smart and I use my imagination to um uh, get into the world of the book that I'm reading. No, I I don't have an imagination. Frankly, I watch movies because they have more detail. I read books because they have more depth and detail than movies. Not because I want to feel smart and flex my imagination muscles. Imaginary imagination muscles. Whatever.
Argument is really what's physically in front of you versus your imagination. It's like my brother Josh. Which are better? His real friends or his imaginary friends? Or are they the same thing?
Not true.
But seriously, getting upset because a movie isn't as good as the book is a little like this to me. I really love bananas, so I'm going to see if this naturally flavored baby banana food is just as good. They really put your natural bananas are way better. And don't.
So, now, like I said, I understand some of the constraints with making movies. A lot of them, though, I don't understand. Like, why would you cut out bits that, it makes no sense to cut out? I guess that's a stupid question. But, then again, completely warranted.
Don't freak out. I'm not saying that every movie is like naturally flavored baby banana food. All I'm saying is that in the same way that there are books written for children, there are movies made by Hollywood. Okay.
Baby banana food. What's that? Food for baby bananas? You mean banana flavored baby food? I don't know, that's just funny.
Hey, I'll stop. All I'm saying is that even the best movie of all time, which according to Josh is Barney's Great Adventure,
Come on, Jordan, please stop.
can't dream of inspiring the amount of imagination that books can. Besides, like I said, most movies are made with the lowest common denominator in mind. So don't freak out when one doesn't live up to your expectations. You want to think the adaptation from book to movie went something like this.
I am a huge fan of the book, and I'm really excited to adapt it faithfully into a screenplay.
But it's really a lot more like,
Okay, we acquired the rights to the book. Finally!
Finally.
Now let's find out a way to dumb this thing down and make sure every demographic wants to see it. And while we're at it, let's raise ticket prices! Stop!
so to all you book people, just read your books and don't worry about what Hollywood is doing to ruin your favorite story. If you like the movie, awesome. If you don't, par for the course. And to all you movie people, just, I think that they put out a Transformers comic book at some point. You could start there.
Okay, so, okay. What am I trying to say? Oh, what's Big Head trying to say?
It's me! Click the left link if you liked what you just watched. Click the right link if you liked it twice. And click the bottom link if you want to see a bloopers reel of when I couldn't say banana something or other.
Yeah, rip the what were they called? Annotations. Rest in peace, annotations. Now videos with annotations just look retarded. Well, this goes on.
That was funny. Should I do it again? More? Okay, I'm losing my cue. Just click something, please.
Okay. Um, I'm out of things to say, so I'll let the people in the comment section say the rest for me. Okay. Wow. My transitions just get better and better, don't they? Anyways, Sativa Leo says, I think the books are always better. Yes, I'm a total bookworm. I do like the movies sometimes, but to me, the books are the original thoughts of the original storyteller, not the retelling of it by someone else for profit. And that's kind of what I was getting at, with when I was going on about, how the books are the source material and they're more truer than the, more real or whatever than the movies. Even if I like the way the movie did it better, um, that's kind of what I was going at. Can't say I mean, I know I said that every book, every time I've read the book and watched the movie, I've enjoyed the book better. But again, for different reasons, I don't necessarily think that is always going to be the case. It's possible that I find a book that's not so good compared to the movie. I'm also just not exactly. I wouldn't describe myself as a bookworm. But other than that, that's kind of agree with that. Bethany Reset says, I'm writing a book, and if there's a movie, I'm writing the script. Well, seems more like a shameless plug than a comment. No shade, I mean, I get it. But yeah, I mean, that's, like, if you want your book ported to movie faithfully, that's the way to do it. And then also maybe you'll be able to appreciate firsthand some of the troubles that screenwriters get in transferring books to movies. I mean, a lot that can be done with a book cannot so easily be done with a movie. Especially if you don't want to put in like narrations and stuff. Like, yeah. Anyways, Beauty K loves says, this rests my case. I've been accused for not reading the book and only seeing the movie. I'm interested in reading the book though, since they said it's fun and it is more detailed. I'll try both. I don't see how this rests your case. I think this would do the opposite of resting your case. Considering you say you've typically watched the movie and not read the book. I definitely wouldn't agree with the notion that reading the book is fun. I I I feel a lot of emotions when reading a book, and fun is not one of them. I enjoy it, but it's not like fun. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, try both. Candy Lie says, I think they did a pretty great job in adapting Catching Fire. It's almost as great as the book. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I totally won't mind watching a 6-hour book-to-movie adaptation if it's what it takes to make it perfect. XD. There's a couple things here. I'm going to have to disagree. I think that the Hunger Games movies are some of the worst book to movie adaptations I've ever seen. In my personal opinion, I've definitely heard the opposite. But I think there's a lot of explanations and stuff that are not as well carried across into the movies as they are in the books. And part of that is because the books are all written from not only from Katniss's perspective, but in the first person, so you can know at all times what she's thinking, which is, again, one thing that really does not carry across easily into film. Now again, they're great movies, but compared to the books, it's one of the biggest gaps I've seen in how much better a book is than a movie. And part of that is just like the Hunger Games movies are not memorable to me for some reason. It's they're kind of weird in that way because they should be, and the books are memorable, but I watch them and I completely forget immediately what I saw. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Amanda Lynn says, and you don't think I would sit there and watch an 8-hour movie copied perfectly with perfect casting? Because I totally would. And then you get into casting. Casting is a whole other can of worms. It can be really hard to find a person who is both good at acting and the right, just everything to fit the character as described in the book. So yeah, casting is a whole other bag of worms. I would absolutely sit down and watch an 8-hour movie copied perfectly with perfect casting, but casting sometimes is too much to ask for. So, Aglara Andrian says, the only movie adaptation of a book I really loathe is Aragon. No idea what that is, by the way. Otherwise, most of them are well done. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are very well done, and I love both the movie and the book, just as an example. I agree with you on Lord of the Rings, and then I disagree with you on The Hobbit. I've only seen one of the Hobbit movies, and the rest I've heard are not much better. Okay, let me get back to the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is a well-done movie, in large part due to the fact that they are very long movies. They're kind of known for that, for being long. And The Hobbit, they went the same route, and they just stretched it way too thin. If The Hobbit was like 2 movies, then maybe they would have been good. But as 3 movies, it's just, why did they make it a trilogy? Come on. In fact, I literally just finished sitting through a 16-minute video hating on the Hobbit movies. So I guess I've got some ammunition to go into hating the Hobbit movies. But yeah, my guess would be even you only like the Hobbit movies because they're the Hobbit movies, not because they're well done. But that's, of course, just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But that is going to end it for today. And I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.